Welcome back, everybody.
Hey guys,
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, season 5. I look each week. I'm more and more compelled because I feel like this journey of this season has been so interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
it's at highs and lows, but at the same time, the lows aren't that low. And I think the themes that we introduced each episode were very thought provoking. I mean, last week we had the CJ revelation with Hoynes.
right. Which I really liked. I like the way they revealed that as well.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was a bit of retconning, and I think that's fair, but I didn't mind it.
I don't think it was a poor retcon at all.
No.
I mean, at first it was jarring for me, and I thought about it, and as I was doing comments on Patreon, it is thought provoking, and it does make you feel a certain way, and that's what the intent is, right? You're supposed to think about it. You're supposed to feel complicated about it, and it makes you look at the Hoynes character in a much different way.
Yeah, he went from like that was a stupid thing to do. Like, man, this guy just generally sucks.
He sucks. He sucks. I mean, like that was my vibe at first, and then we came around on him, and now it's like, no, he is the worst.
You try to empathize with him, like he made a dumb mistake, and and he was easy to empathize with. It was way easier to empathize with CJ for the same dumb mistake.
For sure.
In the last episode, is like people make mistakes.
They do.
I didn't feel any worse or any lesser about her character. She feels worse about herself than I feel about her as a person.
And the show does humanize people. That's very humanizing.
Yeah, for sure.
For both characters,
So it's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you mentioned season 5. I will say that there are more moments in season 5 where I'm like, that probably didn't land.
Sure.
As well as things that have happened in previous seasons. But I also feel like there have been some absolute highlight episodes.
Yeah.
In this season for sure.
There
have been some really
capital.
Yeah, I mean there have been some really good episodes this season.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's to be expected when Aaron freaking Sorkin leaves your show.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of writing choices where I'm like, all right. I don't feel like the showrunner choices have bothered me much, but there have been moments where I'm like,
it takes you out of it a little bit.
Okay. This isn't probably the best thing that we've done on the show.
Stretches reality a bit.
Right.
The show always kind of has,
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a realistic representation of Washington. It's supposed to be an idealized one.
Exactly.
But I've enjoyed season 5, honestly.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, right. We should go and jump into it because we've had a long day today. I do want to go and thank all of our Patreon subscribers, of course, for being with us. I'd like to give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Fuldez, Chris, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Suida Gundavarapu, Weird Magic, Torgeir Langstad, Emily, Derek Peterson, and WerePanda47. Thanks so much, guys. We're very glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us for the first time on YouTube, welcome to our channel. If you want to hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've come your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or currently watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page on every show, including The West Wing. We are at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube, so if you watch the YouTube edits and would like to continue, you can do that there. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material for the full-length reactions. You'll only see here us because of copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive.
From Congressman Bentley's office, and they're reviewing one of your NIH grants.
Is that really of scientific value?
I just submitted my non-competing renewal, and I have 3 years left on my grant.
Can you confirm your
He
home
needs you.
address? Are you a registered voter, sir? Our records indicate that you're a registered Democrat.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Tell me
This is
who
kind
you
of
are.
shakedown.
Is that the president's daughter? So this is getting political.
Yeah.
Which congressman was it?
Bentley.
As in House reform. How many U.S. research labs come equipped with the president's daughter, whether they invoked her or not? Somebody's out for blood and they're targeting Ellie Bartlett.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. I hope she doesn't lose her job. That would suck.
I feel like the president could win that one against Congressman Bentley from who knows where.
Yeah.
The president isn't steering money to his daughter.
Not the president, us. Some overeager NIH lackey trying to curry favor.
You thought strict scrutiny was a pickup technique.
Hey, worked on
That
Pam
was that guy
Sussman.
Mad Men.
Yeah.
Burt Cooper?
No,
Not
Burt
Cooper.
Cooper, right.
Yeah, you're right.
Peterson?
Peterson, maybe.
Aren't you a judicial nominee for the Sixth Circuit?
I've been a judicial nominee for the Sixth Circuit for 12 months.
Well, you knew the confirmation process was going to be an uphill battle. You drop out, you're going to close this door forever.
I'm not sure this door was ever open.
I looked up his funding on the NIH's public website. The money for last year is the same as before Ellie Bartlett started working. Okay, $14 more.
The stories aren't dying down. The press doesn't know what to do with the First Lady. Nobody does, including the president, which is why he'd like you to sit down with her.
Oh my God, CJ's got to deal with this.
Now, I have a had lunch.
You look great.
You too. I want you to know that I'm in.
What?
Always a bad color on me. I'm ready. I'm on board.
Whoa.
This was really forward of
Yeah,
her.
it was very forward. Yeah,
Hey,
he's
did you get Leo?
confused. He's like,
Yeah.
Mrs. Bartlett, the press didn't know what to make of you before the MS became public. You've never been the traditional hat-knitting president's wife. Going on Sesame Street would give you an opportunity to reintroduce yourself as the First Lady who was also a working doctor and address the press's questions about your work at the clinics.
CJ, you're trying to raise my competitive hackles.
Mrs. Bartlett, if I were trying to raise your competitive hackles, I'd make you watch Diane Sawyer's duet with Cookie Monster.
I like the Muppets.
they've been around forever. They're important.
Productive use of your time.
Eric Hayden's going to withdraw from the nomination process. Sixth Circuit's got 8 empty seats. The Sixth Circuit...
It's one lousy appellate
Eric
court.
Hayden and the 8 empty seats on the Sixth Circuit epitomize the problem. You don't think it's time to do something about it? Set up the meeting.
I got
I
10
believe
bucks
in
since
Josh.
you're banging your head against the sink.
We're not having another Josh destroys everything episode.
Now, if somebody wants to do a study on depression in childless lesbians, I can't stop them.
It's Barbara Layton.
What good is
Oh, man. Yeah, those people drive me crazy.
She made a list. Haven't lists gone out with Joe McCarthy and hula hoops? And haven't these 255 scientists had to go through a rigorous review process before getting $1?
No, not one of the daughters.
They haven't involved Ellie yet.
Let's see if we can negotiate our way out.
A meeting's a statement.
If you're not a medical person, you can't make judgments like this.
I know. It's frustrating.
It is. I'm not a medical expert, so I can't tell doctors if they're wasting their time on studies.
Saying, man.
And neither are these people. The Congress
Stop
people.
denying science. Please.
It's always about the Supreme Court. 9 guys getting all the ink. Supreme Court sees 80 cases a year. These guys see close to 20,000. Circuit courts make 99% of judge-made law. Seems like Eric Hayden's probably good for 53 yays on the Senate floor.
That seems unlikely. Hayden gave a speech on gay rights 5 years ago in which he said the court should make sodomy laws unconstitutional.
The court just made
They
sodomy
are.
laws unconstitutional. For 6 months, they've left half the seats on the Sixth Circuit
Seats
empty.
on the Sixth Circuit. How about 15% of the federal bench?
What?
120 vacant seats.
To try to improve and protect the public's health, scientists have a responsibility to study whatever they think will lead them to answers. Drug addicts have made bad personal choices. One congresswoman doesn't get to appoint herself God.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I want to talk about recess appointments.
A recess appointment.
Not just one, 8 of them. Every vacant seat on the Sixth Circuit.
Yes, man.
This
This is
Oh,
insane.
God, they're all
God.
over her. Are we going to get President Bartlett going nuclear?
For sure.
Identify the best research as defined by scientists themselves. And now
Thank
these
you.
people, who are not even scientists, have answered all the questions before any science has been done?
Yeah.
We're all on your side.
Ellie's never sought or accepted public office. She's not running that lab. She's a research fellow.
She got her hit list from a political action group whose other website is the LordHatesHomos.org.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Awful, but yeah, use
Yeah.
that angle.
I'm sorry about all of this.
Oh, not your
It's
fault.
Not your fault at all.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
asking.
they didn't confirm me now. They're sure as hell not going to confirm me 9 months from now. You think Georgetown's going to wait around?
You got 9 months. Let's show them what you can do.
If you believe in what you're doing, you have to speak up.
Our work speaks for itself.
It's not enough. My enemies will never stop going after you. But if Dr. Foy is investigated, you need to be right by his side.
It's not me, Dad. It's not.
We're into it.
Come on.
I'm on his side on this one.
Thanks
It's so
for seeing me.
clearly.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
about this mess. One of my assistants just had her thesis published.
No one cares.
Yeah.
You ghoul.
I hope you will convey my deepest sympathy that the president's daughter has been dragged into all of
shut.
this.
I'll do that.
Wasn't my decision for her to go work in a lab doing questionable research on Uncle Sam's dime.
And you decide what's questionable. You don't know where undirected research will lead. You're not a scientist, and neither are the members of the Traditional
Yeah.
Values Alliance. You got your list from the Traditional Values Alliance.
I didn't.
Yeah. So if it wasn't her, then who leaked the list to those people?
When I first checked Dr. Foy's funding on the NIH website, it said he had $14 more this year.
Our list was put out 2 weeks ago. She couldn't have gotten that information unless...
Unless whoever put this list together works inside the administration.
Was it Will?
Was it?
It was Will or Russell.
If I were the vice president's chief of staff, gearing up for the next campaign, I might be doing some thinking about our own weaknesses. Or maybe if you had started the conversation by saying I just outed the president's daughter on national TV, that would have gotten my attention. Did you, or did you not, willfully target the president's daughter?
Of course not.
Well, now I don't know if it was Will or not.
Yeah,
I
for a
couldn't tell
second
from
there, I
that
was like,
conversation.
is
Yeah,
Will turning heel? We got Big Bird in the West Wing.
with CJ. That's funny.
Yeah.
My sister died of cervical cancer. I read there's a vaccine coming.
That's what we've been working on.
Work harder.
I got him. He called Georgetown. He's
Yeah,
ready.
we're gonna have to put that on hold. We lost the Supreme Court justice.
CJ, can you help me with something?
Good. Yeah.
Doesn't one of your wife's charities have something to do with breast cancer?
The National Foundation.
Congresswoman Layton's on the board of that foundation, too, isn't she?
It wasn't my plan, but might be a happy accident. Just a thing we need to put a little distance between us and them. I wouldn't worry about it.
So maybe Will's finally having second thought about this guy.
That'll be all.
Science cannot exist in a vacuum. By nature, it's an open enterprise strengthened by public scrutiny.
I believed in this since I was like in middle school.
I don't-
Why do adults
This
struggle
should
with
not
that?
be controversial.
Not at all. Yeah, Will, you should be stewing on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about with Will there. Like,
Yeah.
who is this guy?
I'm glad it wasn't him. I'm glad.
Me too. We didn't go full heel with Will. Because I like Will a lot as a character.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Will's great. You know.
Yeah.
Also, I just clocked the 25th anniversary thing they have on the underneath the West Wing.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I didn't catch that.
25 years. Wow. Yeah, great show.
Yeah, it is. And a great topic.
For sure.
Let experts be experts in the field they're experts in, and for those of us who are not, let's not.
God forbid, right?
when my car breaks down, I don't know how to fix it.
You don't sit there and speculate?
I don't call a mechanic and tell him I know more than him. I take it to the mechanic and say, please fix my car.
It's just people being impossible for no reason.
Right. When I don't feel well, I go to my doctor. My doctor says, here's why you don't feel well. I take him at his word. He's a doctor.
I don't know if it's based on fear or just sheer ignorance or what it is. But there's Lord, it's annoying.
It is a largely American problem. And I say this with all the love in the world for America.
Yeah.
We have an unearned confidence problem in America.
Yeah. There's a delusion. There's a delusional aspect of it.
The Dunning-Kruger effect is a very real thing where the less we know, the more we think we know than everybody about everything.
And it's getting worse. I mean, like if you look at like Twitter, I mean, there's so many conspiracy theorists out there that just drives. That people believe that is fact.
Well, the democratization of information means everyone can say anything about anything and be an expert on everything.
By all means, do your research, but at the same time, let the professionals do their jobs.
Ask a flat earther sometime to explain the flat Earth, and they can't, but they know that it's flat.
You know, I know somebody that's a flat earther, and I always want to headbutt them every time.
Right? Because there's such a level of cockiness with it that they know that they're right, and it's just like, okay, the sun is not outside. The sun is not 93 million miles away and outside the dome. So what is it? Doesn't matter.
It's impossible and improbable, but I really wish that like NASA could take those people up, just so they could look down and just be like, "We saw it. We got it." You know,
right? Yeah.
Because man, it's so frustrating. You know, and it's,
right. Willful ignorance is a huge detriment to all of us.
Yeah.
And it was highlighted very well here. They attack science on ideological, political, religious grounds or whatever. And it's like, well, the number of discoveries that have happened by accident or things that, one program developed, that led to something else.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the guy from DARPA episode not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, without the crazy work these guys were doing, we wouldn't have things like the internet.
It's amazing.
It's like you sometimes you just have to let people go out and say, what happens if I mix these two things together? And sometimes learning happens that way.
So that's what like this scientists do. They research
Right.
things. You know, it's all research and discovery. It's really cool.
This was a really well written episode to do that. Really, really well handled. I really thought this was a really strong episode.
Yeah.
And it's very clear also moving forward that we're about to get another Supreme Court battle.
Yeah.
This will be the first one since
It's been-
Mendoza
yeah,
in
Mendoza,
season
yeah,
one.
it's been a long
Was it Edward James Olmos? Was that who it was?
Yeah, because he was in jail, right?
Yeah. So it'll be the first Supreme Court nomination since season one.
Yeah.
So that'll be a big process that we're gonna have to really explore moving forward.
They covered that so shortly in this episode too that I almost forgot about it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't the most important part of the episode.
No.
They're dealing with the vacancies on federal courts, which is a big issue.
Yeah.
That's a big issue in every administration because if the opposition party is the one in control of the Senate usually, then guess what? We don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's just a mess every time.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I can see Big Bird Elmo too. By the way, let's talk about
Right,
that. real
yeah.
quick.
Got Big Bird sitting there with CJ, which is a
It's a great
perfect visual.
Great bit.
All right, we'll catch you next one, guys.
See ya.